in this systemic view based on the series AnotherSelf, Ronél and Sonja just take a look at the different characters and their journey from the difficulties they were facing in life, going through what we call a family constellation, what happens after, and how their life shapes from there forward into where they are now. So this is just a journey on each character, so it's easy to understand the series on AnotherSelf. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.
Well, now we get to talk about Zaman, who is basically the main character, the overall character in this 8-part series.
Yes.
What's your impression of Zaman?
He has this very calm and cool demeanor about himself. And he understands the space of allowing for things to heal and to happen. And he honors the field. He respects the clients. And even when the mother shut him down and they stopped him from doing the work, he knew that was part of the healing, because that was a big part of the healing. And being challenged by Ada didn't even upset him. He was quite cool and calm about it. And he never revealed himself to Ada. She found out by herself right at the end what and who he actually is. And that made a huge change in her life. And when she saw that at the end, it was like, oh, wow. Now I want to do this too. You must teach me. I want to learn how to do this healing.
So Zaman has his own painful path. And
Yes.
you always see him in the olive orchard. And he is working with the roots, healing the roots, especially of this one tree. And he explains the importance of healing the roots, which in the systemic field is going back to the line of the ancestry and healing where we come from, so that our branches get enough nourishment so that our leaves can be beautiful. So his whole philosophy is, don't just look at the leaves, don't just fix the branches. You've got to go back and fix the roots, which is the essence of this work. So I love the way that he has this gentle way of teaching it. And then there is, however, his own path that he talks about, how his forefathers lost everything. And the only thing they had was one olive pip that they planted, from which this whole olive orchard then grew. So he's a very humble man at all times. He never, ever makes himself bigger than, and he is always ready to give advice, be patient, be calm at all times, which is a beautiful trait to have as a facilitator. But he also has a past. It's not going to be revealed, but Ada does question him about his son when she sees the picture. So there is a story that we have not yet uncovered. But what Ada does uncover is that he is actually a medical doctor who gave us his medical practice to do this work. And that sort of like hits her between the eyes when she realizes he knows her a lot better than she assumed. And it also brings her down a couple of notches, because for her it's about, wow, I never knew that about him. He never revealed that. But it also gets her a little bit more grounded, and then she wants to also do this work. So he is a beautiful character right through. He is the one who holds it all together, who is always ready to just be present with what is. Never goes beyond the scope of what he can do, and never goes beyond the scope of what he is allowed to do. So I think that's beautiful to watch him as a facilitator. And that's my take on someone. Is there anything more we need to talk about?
Yes, just his observation, like staying in the presence. And I think he knew that when the three friends came, he knew what was going to go down, and he observed everything so closely, and he would only say certain things, and he would never ever push anything. And like, he just held the space for the healing to happen and allowed everybody to come around in their own way. And at the wedding, it was so nice that they asked him to be the what do you call them, to do the ceremony for the wedding, because the officiary didn't make it. And I think that was a nice conclusion, that he was able to do that and just help them in that way, and it just closed it off so nicely. Yeah, the wedding was quite an event for them, and yeah, for him to be a part of it, and then his guidance to everybody, when they sometimes didn't want it and they didn't need it, he would just say one thing, and it would help them. So for me, it's just that, not being pushy, not being overpowering, but just that he knew just exactly what to say at what time, and just being himself, just being calm. That's what really impressed me.
Yes. So we now conclude all our characters here, and I hope that our viewers are enjoying this with us. And thank you, Ronél, for doing this with me, because it makes it so much easier when it's two of us and not just one of us talking.
I love it. I watched the show a couple of times, and I promise you, I you know me, I cry. I cry in every scene where they are doing the healing in the field. And people must understand, when you're watching this, you're healing too, because the field, the observer, heals as well. And it's not just for the person healing there. Even if you're watching the movie, you're healing too. And for me, that is the greatest part. And I just, you know me, I cry. You've seen me, I cry every time in every scene where there's healing happening, because you are being affected. Whether you are the client, or whether you are a representative, or whether you're just observing, you benefit as well. Not just you, your ancestors, your grandchildren, and everybody that's still to come. Those are the people that benefit from this work. And it's a phenomenon. I've been doing it for 16 years or 15 years, and it still blows my mind.
I'll say that as well, because I've also been doing this work for close on to 20 years, if not more. And it is still mind-blowing every time I set up the field, and the power of the field always amazes me. So I want to share this work with people who are more interested in doing this as well. So let's see what happens. We invite people to come and join us on maybe asking questions and, just engage with us. So thank you so much. And I'm sure we've got more to talk about in the near future.
Yes. Wait for season 2.
Season 2. Okay.
Thank you for having me, Sonja. It was an honor to be on the show.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you.